Welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to do something which I thought would be a pretty cool video if you're new to programming or anything like that, and I wanted to talk about why you should choose Python as the first programming language that you learn. So this is a pretty straightforward and easy to understand list that I've made, and I'm going to go through it as well as show you guys what you can make with Python. Anyway, the first thing that you should probably understand is that the syntax is easy to understand for Python. Python code is real easy to understand, and the team behind making Python has put a lot of time and effort into making it pretty simplistic and easy to write, and that's pretty good for beginners. And it's pretty easy to move from being a beginner to building more intermediate stuff. And again, there's lots of stuff. See, there's so many applications for it. The second point is that the programs you can make are pretty powerful because Python has a lot of different libraries, as you can see from this little list here. You know, you've got IoT, computer vision, deep learning, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and this goes into number 3, which is that the amount of libraries available for sort of things. You know, with different modules, you can use a thing called Pygame to make games. As you can see, look, there's a Hangman game here. All sorts of things that you can do with Python. And then 4 is that many modern applications today now use Python. I mean, look at this Python project here. This looks like a game that you could see in iOS, and it was made using Python. So a lot of applications that are being used today and a lot of programs rely on Python. So you'll be learning something that's relevant. Number 5, again, it's a language that is not going away anytime soon because of all the applications, not just games and little programs here and there, but you know, things like an email scraper, or a game that you can build, or alarm clocks. So just so many applications are huge. 6, you don't need a lot to get running. With Python, it's pretty easy to just download Python and get started. There are different tools and work environments, but it's really easy to get up and running with it. 7, there's loads of documentation out there for Python as well, which is great because it can make building things a lot easier if you understand sort of, you know, the documentation tells you how to do basic stuff. And this is great because for new programmers that don't really know what they're doing, you can look at the documentation. It's sort of like the instruction manual for the programming language, and for Python there's tons. And 8, I think this one's probably most important, is that if you learn how to write code in Python, you'll be able to write in other languages and learn a bit easier because the knowledge is transferable. A lot of the skills are transferable because what you learn in Python can be applied to watching other stuff. And as you can see, scrolling through this list here, there's a lot you can do and a lot of really interesting stuff that you can build. 9, debugging and fixing errors is a lot easier because usually the error messages are a bit more simple. You just Google them. Super easy to figure out. 10, it's super simple to learn, but it's powerful enough to build advanced projects where you know, given enough time, you know, you can build powerful applications without a lot of programming knowledge, which is great, especially for beginners who want to build their portfolio. And 11, the end game is that you can do so much with Python, and the uses are endless. Again, look, we've got a calculator here, countdown timer here, currency converter application. There's so much that we can use, and obviously, look here, intermediate projects are going to boost your confidence with programming, which is great. Data science, a lot of data science is done in Python now, and what's great about data science in Python is that, you know, if you're more confident with maths and maths and science, then you know, you can use Python to enable your programming skills, and a lot of people use Python for that kind of thing. And 13, yeah, even if you're not a programmer and you work in STEM or you work in physics and maths, then a lot of people are going to be using Python for their projects, which I think is a really important thing to understand. Is that, you know, we can build these projects here, but you know, they've actually got uses that apply for outside, like marketers, you know, use Python, you know, accountants use Python, physicists use Python, and we all know this. 14, it can help you to pre-configure applications. Some applications that you might be using on your computer right now, some applications that you're using will require configuration using a Python script, and if you understand Python, you might be able to fix programs, or you might be able to make them work the way you want them to, which is a really really useful thing to have, you know, especially if you work in a job where you deal with working under the hood for a lot of programs. It's just a good language to learn. And 15 is that getting started has never been easier, you know. Even right here, all these resources, and this is just one page I found that has project ideas, but you know, you've got tons of work environments, you've got Atom, you know, various IDEs, Visual Studio Code, Notepad++, Idle, and you can just build all sorts of really cool projects, and you can put them on GitHub, or you can share them with your friends, or you can just build them for yourself. But I think that this is a very cool way to get into programming, and if you're new to programming, I would definitely recommend starting with Python. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll be back soon with another one. Yeah, thank you for watching.